Now, before September end, I felt like I should have finished this. I don't know why it took me a while to really read this. I don't know why. The first one, I was like, oh boy, I can't wait to read it. I'm reading it. And then I read this one with Mushoku Tensei, Volume 2 of the light novel. And I was like, okay, let's read it. I'll be honest with you, I believe when I was first reading the manga of this, or even when I was reading the web novels, I didn't really care for this arc that much. Because I guess it kind of bored me. Compared to the first volume, which was very interesting with characters I like very much, this one I didn't care for that much, really. Only certain parts of it. Like the kidnapping situation and the parties. And then towards the end. That's it. Everything else didn't really care much about because it was just Rudius becoming a teacher. So after Volume 1, where Rudius got knocked out by his dad, and he went to the Boris family household to tutor Eris, their daughter. And here it's like, she's a brute. She's just mean, stuck up, and it's because she was overspoiled by her grandfather. So it seemed like she was more raised by her grandfather than her own father itself, Phil. And because of that, she would not see Rudius as a teacher, since he is, after all, 2 years younger than her. So I can see why. It's obvious, We have some brat teaching me what to do. Come on. Kind of kidding me? I don't want to listen to people who are 10 years older than me. So, anyways, Rudius tried to do a little trick to pretend they were kidnapped. And she would be impressed, but they ended up really getting kidnapped. And it turns out one of the butlers were up to it working for a certain someone who will play a very interesting role later on down the line. I believe volume 17, they'll appear. But that was a long way from now. So after that, she kind of acknowledges Rudius, and then as time goes on, she becomes more amazed with Rudius. Rudius also learns what it means to be a teacher. It's not just, hey, let me tell you what to do, this is how you do it. Good luck. Each student, everyone learns something differently. Everyone uses a certain part of their brain more than the other. Some are hands-on, some are words, some have to see things, some have to put on hands-on experience. It's different for each child. And because of that, the system kind of fails. But I think people should work on that for a while. Anyways, Eris warms up to him, and that certain scene on his 10th birthday happened, by the way, which very controversial. And he gains his very famous staff. Like I said, I enjoyed the artwork. I enjoyed also the lore of the world. It's actually explained through here a little of it through when we was reading it, how the world became to be. About the six-sided beast, that was very interesting. And not a lot of people really care much for that, but I like it in a way. And I believe that was chapter 6 of it, learning the foreign language, which was chapter 6 thing, which I believe was 171. Let's see if I was correct. Of course, index tells yes. And it tells you how everything started, how there were actually 7 worlds, but technically people only knew 6 of them existed, There was the human world by a human god, the demon world by a demon god, the dragon world by a dragon god. Then there was the beast world, the ocean world, and the sky world. And of course there's the Mariner world, the world of the void. So you can see the world of Mushoku Tensei as a 6-sided die. There are 6 worlds. In the middle of these 6 worlds was the barren world, the world of the void. The dragon god itself broke down the barriers. Why? Basically, the evil dragon god was evil. But was there more to that? Who knows? History has a funny way of telling stories. This caused only a very small fraction of each species from each world to run towards the only world that was still stable, the human world, and the barren world. But no one knew the existence of the barren world because you can only get there spiritually. So with the other last remaining physical world you can go to, only small amounts of each creature from each world were able to make it there. There, the creatures try to find their own establishment, except for the humans and demons. The humans and demons constantly were at war with each other, just doing dirty tactics and just fighting until finally the humans won over and left the demons in a way where they were in a very almost inhabitable situation. Of course, there are other gods that came about trying to raise up more revolutions, but they fell, and plenty of other things, and legends that were speak of that are so old that many people believe that they don't exist. However, they do when you read towards the end, where you see the mysterious red dot that appears inside in the middle of the sky above the fetal area, and it starts to expand, causing a bright flash of light to absorb the entire Rota region. This was a very, very important part of Mushoku Tensei history that happened. Why did it happen? Who was the cause of it? And how? Okay, who, why, and how did it happen? Those are the main things you need to ask yourself. I didn't really care much for the extra story. Really, to be honest with you, I didn't care. The epilogue of Roxy discovering the situation and her on her new mission to find. She got Paul's letter and now she's off to find the remaining of the Grey Rat family. This mission will not end until Volume 12. I kid you not. I'm telling you, some of the things that happen in this story, some of the things that won't end for a long time, certain events, people meeting each other again. I'm telling you right now, for instance, Riz met Roxy in Volume 1. He won't meet Roxy again until Volume 2. Same thing with Selfie. He won't meet Selfie until probably Volume 8. You know, a lot of things happen. It was supposed to be a simple situation where Riz is supposed to go help out Eris to earn some money and earn the respect of his father, so him and Selfie can go to a university when they get older with each other for tuition. And then, simple as that, part ways and everything. Eric will probably be interested and probably join along and happy ever after. But because it's one incident, their entire lives change for the better and worse. And there are timelines that cause this that could say some people had it for the better and some people could have it for the worse. I'm not going to spoil a little too much into it, and we have a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen. And now, with that being said, let's talk about some of the things that have problems with Volume 2. Grammar. Grammar. Misspelling errors. Is magic, not magic. Okay? 7 C's, I don't know who does the translations and the typing over there, but I do know one thing. Usually when I'm doing my resume or doing a document, a memo, or even an essay on anything, whether I'm doing it on Pages or Word document or whatever, I know I have Grammarly to tell me if I misspelled something or if something's not correctly grammarized. It tells me with red lines or blue lines or even gray lines. It tells me that. So I don't know what software you guys are using to type out the words, but I do know one thing. You need to do a better job. It should have some highlights in there. Download Grammarly. Trust me, it will help you. And it's free, for God's sakes. Free advertising right here. You're welcome, Grammarly. Because it is ridiculous how some of these things that I have to pay $10 for, and they have more errors than the freaking fan translations. Fan translations are better and they're free. If I have to buy this and it's still not correct, what am I paying money for? That's all I'm saying. But anyways, on other happy news, like I said before a couple of weeks ago, that the writer Mushoku Tensei has been going to Tokyo here and there on his Twitter page. He's been saying that, going to Tokyo to discuss the anime. So the anime is still within its draft formation. So you can tell that they're taking their sweet, precious time making that anime. And I say, take your precious time. Take as much as you need so you can make a very awesome adaptation. And who knows, they might get that Shield Hero treatment. 2 more seasons, baby. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Like I said, I don't put too much expectations into anything, but I can't help it. This is my most favorite light novel series. My most favorite isekai. I can't help it. It's just me, man. So anyways, that is Volume 2. Volume 3 comes out next month in October, and I don't know when Volume 4 comes out. I believe, January? I don't know why, but sure, whatever. I don't know why it can't be December. But before that, I will be reviewing Volume 2 of Roxy Gets Serious, because it just takes them forever to get these volumes translated. I don't know why, they just do. So anyways, if you enjoyed this video and you're more still hyped on that Mushoku Tensei greatness that I love so much, like, comment, subscribe, and of course hit that bell icon so you're notified every time I upload. This has been the Mad Crown on Manime, signing out.